Expecting a lot better from this place, and the way that they just treated me at the end on my last day was just like ridiculous. Like they did not say a single thing to me until the end of the day, and then they just sprung it on me out of nowhere. Like, normally people have a higher conversion rate after, within their first week here, and unfortunately we're gonna have to let you go. That it was just out of nowhere. Like I wasn't expecting that at all. They said that I was thinking that I would have like maybe 2 months or so to hit about $12,000 in insurance, like in premium sales, because that was the goal. That was the premium goal within my first 2 months there to hit, which was, which was one of the reasons they told me they would let me go if I couldn't hit that within 2 months. So that was what I was expecting to be a reason to let me go, but not that early at all. Not so quickly. And then another reason that they gave me that they could immediately terminate me for was if I sold a state minimum policy, right? So, they like to pride themselves on, making better policies for people and trying to protect people better than some other companies would write state minimums, but that obviously results in higher rates. So just at that point, not being able to write state minimum policies, that also makes it more difficult for people to sell. And man, it's just unbelievable, dude. After I went through all that trouble, being like totally unpaid, doing all the studying that I needed to do, paying out of pocket to get my license, to $35 to schedule the exam, and then $100 to apply for my license. They didn't help with that at all. They did pay for the study material, but which just blows my mind. Like, why would you do all that for me and then just like give up so easily on somebody that, when the position itself is for entry level, right? Like, she wasn't willing to train us at all. She just expected, like, and I don't know, bro. There's just so much information that I was trying to take in the first week, and I was just starting to get more familiar with it by the second week, right? And then boom, it's just ridiculous. Like, I could not believe that she was telling me that at the end of the day on Monday this week. Like, it's just ridiculous. I'm glad that I got my license. I'm glad that they paid for that for me. And another thing, they did not put me on payroll the whole time I was working there. Payroll was barely brought up once, and that was like my first day. They were like, "Oh yeah, we'll put you on payroll on Tuesday," on my first week on Monday, and then just never mentioned it again. So I was just like, okay, well, I'm not going to be the one to bring this up. They should be on top of that. Like, for me to have to push them on that is ridiculous. And the fact that it was obvious to me at that point that they were just basically like testing me to see if I'd keep coming back anyway or something, And then if I never came back or they never heard from me again, then they'd basically just not have to pay me or something. That's what I was thinking of, because they don't have any like of my bank information or anything like that. But they do have my PayPal, which they got because when I started, I had to pay for my background check, and then she reimbursed me for it. But yeah, I still had to I had to have that money in my bank account to pay for it, and then she reimbursed me. But which I was, happy that she actually did reimburse me for it. But it's like all this stuff, like paying for my study materials, paying for my background check, getting me appointed as a producer at their agency, giving me access to all their systems. Like, all that stuff is just for totally, absolutely nothing. Like, it just blew my mind, dude. I don't understand how you can run a business like that and, like, bring somebody on and then only give them that, like, not even 2 weeks, dude. Not even 2 weeks. Let alone 2 months that they lined out for me to hit 12,000 in premiums. And, like, as long as you're making progress towards other goals, like, it should have been fine, you know? Like, I was making progress. I was starting to get people on the phone at, like, longer calls. At least one I had. So that was, like, my first, like, it's a big confidence booster. And that happened the day that they fired me. So it was just like a roller coaster, dude. I was like, man, I'm doing so good now. Like, I got my first quote done, 30 minutes on a call, like, making good progress. And then, oh, sorry, we gotta let you go after a week and a day. Like, I don't even know what to say, dude. Like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense to me. Because, like, I know that if they would just give me a good enough chance, if they would give me more time, if they would have a better structured type of training, like, they did, like, role playing every day and all that stuff, but it was like, I don't know, man. It was all off a script, so it was like, I don't know, man. I was trying to bring in all of the information from this, like, booklet of a script, right? There's a lot of pages. There's a good amount of pages of it, and, you know, there's a lot of different parts of it. Having to flip through it to for each part of a call potentially is like, I'm trying to figure out which page I need to be at for a certain part of the call that I've gotten to with somebody. And the first week I did not have the hang of it at all, but by the second week I was more familiar with it, and, you know, I had the parts of the script out that I would need for each call, for whatever situation that might arise on these calls. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy, dude. I don't really know what else to say about it. You know, not only that, but I wasn't going to get paid until the 1st of next month, at least the 1st of next month, and they pay only monthly. So I was, like, waiting. I was going to be, like, working quite a bit before I got any money from the work I was doing. So that was kind of rough. And they said that they'll send me my week and my 6 days of pay on the 1st of next month. So if they don't send me that to my PayPal, like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to, like, I don't know, talk to a lawyer or something, like, get a free consultation, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't think that there's no way that they can't pay me for being there for 8 hours a day for 6 days and then just letting me go. Like, you can't do that, right? So there's going to be consequences for sure if they don't pay me, right? And you know, that's just a whole nother can of worms that I don't want to have to open. So they better just send me my money and leave it at that. You know, we don't, like, I went back and forth a tiny bit after I left, like, how are you guys even going to pay me? All you have is my PayPal. You can send it there if you want, or if you need my bank account info, like, I can give it to you. But at that point, I just didn't trust them, really. Like, I was just like, dude, do I really want to send them any of my information after that? Like, I don't know. It's just ridiculous. Just a long story short, you know, they gave me 6 days free trial, I guess, of the job, and then just made their choice, you know. Um, Whether I would have been a good fit or not, like, I don't know how you can make that judgment so quickly. Um, but yeah, guys. Anyways, that obviously opens me up quite a bit to, trying to find another job, of course. Like, that's going to be top priority. Finding another, it kind of soured my, like, I don't know if, like, I'm going to look at other agencies for other companies and stuff, but, like, I'm kind of worried about how other agencies would be like if this one was like this, so we'll see how that goes. I had another agency reach out to me just before I started at that one, and so I'm gonna try talking to them and see if there's just a lot of things that I'm gonna ask about this time around, so that I can make a better decision on if I actually want to work at another agency, like independent agency like that. Every independent agency is run differently, of course, by a different person. It's going to be different. So I'm hoping that there's another agency out there that's willing to give me a better chance than that one did. But I don't know. We'll have to see. There's also other, instead of working for an independent agency, I can just work directly for an insurance company, and possibly even remotely, maybe, but yeah, we'll see. I could even go back to my old job, which was my first job in insurance, and that might still be remote. So yeah, there's plenty of options out there. I got my license still, and that keeps a lot of doors open for me. Even though this agency didn't work out like I thought it would, it was very disappointing. I'm sure that there's going to be something out there that I can find that will work a lot better and at least give me a better chance than that one did, because a week and one day is just not enough time to make that call, So it's like, I would understand if you weren't hiring for entry-level producers, if the job listing wasn't for entry level, just to like throw you into the thick of it and like expect you to